For years, he was an informant spilling the secrets of the Chicago mob to the FBI. The story of Red Wemette.
I was told by some people at the time that he put out $1 million contract on my head.
I don't take directions well, Red.
That's an inside joke, you folks. I asked Adam to hit the button for me. For the
Hit the button, just either one or two, but don't do Mondays, right? What do I do? I start on Mondays. Jesus.
I don't know if I caught it in time, but we tried. We always try.
So how is it going? That we had a lot of fun on the show today. I did. I had a good
time.
That's a good topic, man. The Skim and how it worked. There's a lot of good questions too that I had never thought of that people were bringing up in the.
Well, I thought something that we didn't cover, and I chimed in on the cover, was that the other hotels were skimmed also, but it went to the Stardust, and that money went home with Lefty, and then he took his little piece off of it, whatever it was, and he sent it to Tony. And then Tony dispatched people to move it.
Yeah.
Sopranos fan.
Oh, how about
I was reading about
Good
the
afternoon.
actor. Did I ever meet him? No, I did not meet him. He was Bridgeport. He was a different crew.
So good afternoon from Normal,
Bill Kirchner is a comedian today.
Mark, Bill Kirchner. Is it true the 3 hardest years of your life were the 6th grade? Actually, the 3 hardest years of my life were the 8th grade. It was 8th grade. 6th grade, that wasn't that tough, but 8th grade, those were tough, those 3.
Bill, just for you, and I'm not going to go here again, but just for you, I'm going to answer this question. The 3 hardest years of my life were Vietnam, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Marine Corps.
I bet. I 100%. Fred was telling me that they eat rations. You know, they're the rations. And he said, I was telling what Jack was having for dinner.
Go ahead.
Jack,
it's true.
He's having lima beans and beets. And Red said, 2 of my things I hate. And then he went on to tell me that one of the rations was lima beans and ham. And what'd you guys
call them? Ham and motherfuckers. and nobody wanted them, so they turned the case upside down so you couldn't see the labels, and then lifted the box off of it. There were 24 boxes in that case, and then you got to pick it without seeing what you got. It's like a mystery.
It was random. It was mystery food. Whoever got
anybody that got it could not trade it off. Nobody wanted to buy it. And the pieces of ham were like really small, only maybe 8 or 10, but lots of. I don't know if you want to call it gravy or slimy stuff or whatever with the lima beans. It was terrible.
Oh, no. I have some MREs downstairs, actually.
They're good. They're good. Compared to these other things where they're good.
It's about time for me to kind of eat them and get, replenish them but I hear they're good for a long, long time, even though they have expiration on them. It's like
they are. If they're refrigerated, they can last up to 10 years.
Okay. Well, these weren't refrigerated, but they didn't get too hot.
Not Las Vegas, no. Yeah, they were room temperature.
Sometimes they're sitting at room temperature, it's just hot.
What's the weather like in Vegas? Hot and damn hot.
Rhonda Moretti, how are you today, Rhonda?
Rhonda, good to see you here, Rhonda.
Thanks for your service. There was a bar across the street from White Sox Parks called Triskelions, and a lot of Bridgeport crew hung out there.
I was unaware of it.
I ate that ration once. It sucked bad.
You're right.
Oh, MRE, mystery ready to eat. Oh, that's pretty funny. It was great talking to you guys. Thanks for the prize. Hey, Hans Gruber, it was fun having you on the show. Thanks for
Yes, it was. It was great.
Roy ate the old rations. His dad was in Europe in the 60s and 70s and brought them home. The only edible in those K rations were the
K's. The K's were lousy, man.
The K rations. The only thing
I
edible
ate the K's in ITR, in Advanced Infantry Combat Training at Camp Pendleton, and they were bad. They were left over from Korea.
Oh, man. Only thing edible in those K's were the chiclets.
That's about it.
I have 6 cases of MREs from 2019. Yeah, we got ours in 2020. They're 2 years old. I have 2 cases. So I should probably eat them, though, and recycle them. If I
ate all of mine during the hurricane here.
Did you?
We didn't have any food during hurricane in 2009, October 10th, 2018. We didn't have any power here or nothing.
Charles, it's on Princeton. Princeton is where it was. Bobby Bag of Donuts said a different street, but yeah, right around my house, right around the corner from Angelo's house. Okay, Michael Graham wanted to point out that Frank Sinatra played Vegas all the time with no problems, but when Sinatra tried getting a gaming license, he was turned down flat for his association with mobsters. Michael
That's
Graham.
not a fact. He got his license later for the Cal Nav. I watched the videotape of it. And they said, "Did you know Jimmy Fradiano?" He said, "I never knew that, Fink." Did you know this guy? Did you know that guy? And they approved his license for the Cal Nav.
Okay, hold on. Somebody just opened up a can of worms, man, because this is very interesting to me.
I know it for a fact.
You know this for a fact.
Wrong.
Okay. Frank Sinatra gaming license. It's been searched. Oh, he lost his gaming license. So he had one for the Cal Nav and for the Sand on the Las Vegas Strip, where he held an interest as well.
Yes.
So he got it. He was barred from the industry for more than 17 years. Oh, sorry. He was barred from the industry more than 17 years ago because of his purported ties to organized crime. That's February 12th, 1981. That they're saying more than 17 years ago. So he was denied it somewhere in the 60s, early 60s.
Right.
From him. So they pulled it from him in the early 60s. Well, I did not know that, Red. Michael, thanks for bringing it up. But I guess that it was because it wasn't he was turned down, but he had it pulled from him because of his association with the mobsters. And I didn't know that.
The second hearing he had, it was greased, man. It was almost like Lefty being refused. Everything question they asked him, he lied his butt off. He lied. And they passed him. They gave him his license.
Wow. Oh man, here we go on the side. John Wallace. In the Navy, we had Parmalat milk that didn't have to be refrigerated. Yuck. What the hell is
milk? It was powdered milk. You mix water with it. It was powdered milk.
Parmalat milk?
Yes.
That's what they called it? Parmalat milk?
Yes. They did crazy things in the Navy. They used to make scrambled eggs with powdered scrambled eggs.
It tastes fresh. It's 100% real grade A milk. Tastes fresh, packed with nutrition, stays fresh longer than refrigerated milk, and no refrigeration. Milk pasteurization process. It's not powdered milk. It's a liquid.
It's a canned milk. It's a milk in a can, like Carnation milk in a can.
It comes in a box.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. So anyway, it's that sounds nasty. Anyway, you like almond milk's good too. No, came in containers. Used chocolate on cereal. John said. All right, I've seen a name in the site. You guys are asking, Bobby, did you know Ralph and Guido Esposito? No, that was John Esposito. I knew Esposito. I was supposed to, when I first came out to Vegas, I was going to meet a guy who ran a club named Esposito. He owned a place called The Olive. He had a whole bunch of Michael Goddard art up in this bar. It was over on Windmill, Southwest side. Anyway, he's a friend of my boss's and told me to come out here and meet him. Germans drink a milk that is non-refrigerated. It tastes different.
Yeah, very.
I'm sure, but you know what? Germans, Europeans, they don't refrigerate anything. You know, they don't put ice in anything either.
No.
No ice.
Not only that, even a sausage that I like, Landjäger is it's not refrigerated. You could take it, put a link around your neck, and take it out in the woods and just eat off your shoulder. Take a bite every now and then.
Bobby Bag of Donuts. I'm not talking about John Esposito from the New York ex-cop. No, that's John Esposito and Stephen Caracapo. John Eppolito. Sorry, not Esposito. Eppolito
Right.
is Bobby Bag of Donuts. John Eppolito. Watch it. Landlager is good.
Landjäger. It's Landjäger.
Landjäger.
You can buy it on Amazon. They don't refrigerate it. You don't refrigerate it, okay? It's very good.
Hey,
It's similar to Slim Jims, but it's bigger.
Trail Dusty, glad that you got your cup. Glad you got your cup for your birthday. You got number 5. Yeah. Happy birthday, by the way, Trail Dusty. I hope you enjoy
Yes, sir.
that cup. So that's very cool. Stephen Caracappa and Louis Eppolito, not John Eppolito. Louis Eppolito. Sorry, guys, it's part of my script. I rattle that off my mouth every day when I tell the stories about the two of them. So, yeah, my pal at work makes some good stuff. Maynard.
He must be talking about Landjäger
Landjäger, it must be. Yeah.
or Landjäger.
Okay, Red says it correctly. J is a Y in German pronunciation.
That's correct.
Landjäger. Yeah, Roy's been teaching me German a little bit. I could barely got English down, you know.
And Italian. You got Don Italian.
Don Ciccio di Porzalo is teaching me Italian, and then I got Roy teaching me German. See? It's all good, Adam. Joseph Brennan Jr. Yeah, they sell them all over in Kenosha. I guess that I've never tried it. I've never tried it.
It's excellent, Adam. It's excellent.
Yes.
I buy mine from a guy in German guy that's in Venice, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They ship them up to me. I've been buying the same ones for 20 years.
So how do you say it again?
Landjäger.
Thanks, Landjäger. It means land hunter. So, Sopranos fan Adam, do you have Italian heritage? I do. We did a DNA test. Did the thing and see where I'm from and all that. Yeah, I have a small percentage that's from that area, but I also have a small percentage from Ghana and Mali, Africa, and I also have some Middle Eastern and some Russian and some Polish in that whole England, Germany, that whole area, and then Italy, and I think there's a little French too. So yeah, I'm pretty mixed up. So, but I didn't have to tell you guys that, right? Red's typing. So yes. I have a book, How to Speak Gooder English by Adam Flowers. Thank you very much, Anthony. That sounds like a gooder book. How to speak gooder English. I could teach you how to speak English more better. Adam's a true American, total mutt. It's very true, yes, very true. So, total mutt. But if you go back in the timeline, my great grandfather was Shadrach Pinkston, and he was one of the first. He was the George Washington Guards Award. He was the first Secret Service. He fought in Valley of Forge with George Washington, protecting all the important documents.
I put a link on there for Landjäger.
Okay, so you guys are killing me. Yeah, killing me. So
let's go back to the Skim.
This guy walks into. I got to tell you this joke first.
Oh, here we go.
This
one doesn't go over my head.
You think it's going to go over your head? Really? I don't think it's going to.
No, I said I hope it doesn't.
I don't think it's going to go over your head. I think you're going to be all right. So, Okay, so here it is. So there's a blind man. He enters a lesbian bar by mistake, and he finds his way to the bar stool, and he orders a drink. And he's sitting there for a little bit. He says to the bartender, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?" And the bartender bar immediately gets very, very, very quiet. And
of course he wants to hear a blonde joke. Everybody likes to hear blonde.
Red, I got an emergency. You got to take over for a second, buddy.
Okay. There we go. Okay, Trail Dusty 64, you have a question. Red, ever eat at Idlewild German restaurant in Chicago on Irving and Cumberland? Yes, I did, Trail Dusty 64. I did. I can't remember the place. I think it was Geiger's Meat Market on on Milwaukee Avenue. I used to go to get my Landiegers when I was in Chicago.
I'm back. Sorry about that, Red. We got some work being done over here.
Bobby Donis, he says, "Don't do that, Adam. You're freaking me out, man."
Sorry, Bob Bag of Donuts. It was an emergency, but it was something I had to take care of there. So
you're right. Street Stories, Lutz Bakery. That's where I used to go. Yeah.
Is this? They made German bakery?
They also had Landieger there. They had all kinds of sausages there, bratwurst, whatever.
There's a German bakery down, making me hungry, man. I go to that German bakery across town. It's up here in Summerlin. Yeah. So let me finish this joke. So this blind guy sitting there, and he said, "Do you want to hear a blonde joke?" Said to the bartender, and the whole bar got really quiet. And in a very deep, husky voice, the woman next to him says, "Before you tell that joke, sir, you should know 5 things. 1, the bartender is blonde. 2, the bartender's a blonde girl. 2, the bouncer is a blonde girl. 3, I'm 6 foot tall, 200-pound blonde woman with a black belt in karate. 4, the woman sitting next to me is a blonde and a professional weightlifter. And 5, the lady to your right is a blonde and a professional wrestler. Now, think about it seriously, mister. Do you still want to tell that joke?" Blind man thinks for a second, shook his head, said, "Nah, not if I'm going to have to explain it 5 times. All right. So thanks. I appreciate you texting me that at 4:00 in the morning.
Bobby Bacon Donuts says that's a Polish joke,
but still good. Yeah,
yes, it is.
Kino der Toten. That's all I have to say. Okay, that's what's happening. That's what's going down in about, I don't know, an hour. His funeral was the next day. Yeah. That's great. Oh, it's cured meat with smiling funny. Like Polish kielbasa. I don't like Polish kielbasa that much. I like Polish sausage.
I thought it was Italian kielbasa.
Kielbasa.
You said kielbasa.
No, kielbasa, right?
Kielbasa, yeah.
Kielbasa, right. There's no L. Kielbasa. But anyway, yeah, world's shortest book. Adam Flowers teaches English. Oh my God. It'd be, here's what I know about English. The whole book's empty, just blank. It's like everything I know about women. Blank book, right? Do you know how many Polish jokes there are? None. They're all true. You know what you get if you cross the Mexican guy and a Polish guy?
No.
The guy who tries to spray paint his name on a chain link fence.
Here we go.
Toten is that in Germany, yes. Kino der Toten. Yes. I don't RV doc. We can't go there, man. Come on, seriously.
No.
Come on, we can't go there. No,
Don't do that on my channel, RV doc.
Did you hear about the Polish guy though that fell out of the tree?
No.
He's up there raking leaves.
Here we go. Thank God you're Polish.
All right. What do you call 10 Polish guys holding hands in the desert? Pack of Stanleys. Stanleys. Wait, I don't get it.
Stash, Polish, pack of Stanleys.
Oh my.
Stash, Polish.
Oh my gosh.
Adam isn't going to get that one. He's Polish.
Oh, unbelievable! You guys are hilarious. What do you get when you cross an orangutan with an Italian? A cement finisher. Oh my God! Where are you guys coming up with this crap? Cement shoes. What's Irish foreplay? Brace yourself, Bridget. You know what? You know what foreplay is down south? Get in the truck. Get off me, Daddy! You're crushing my cigarettes. God.
You know what's sad about that? It's true. I lived down south.
Stop it. For all week. Dun 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 dun. I got this freaking Janie's got a gun stuck in my head, man. Janie's got a gun, right? Steven Tyler, right? You know what that song's about?
Yeah.
It's about a girl killing her dad with a gun. They found him underneath the train. This is what they say in the song. When Janie was arrested, they found him underneath the train. But Manny had it coming that Janie's got a gun and she's never going to be the same. And then they say they changed the words though from what did her daddy do? He jacked a little bitty baby. The man has got to be insane. Well, that originally the lyrics were going to be he raped an itty bitty baby. The man has got to be insane. But the manager made him change it because he said if the words rapes in there, it's never going to play on mainstream radio.
That's one of the things Adam and I were talking about. We were playing a song and it was by Baby Cortez. Hey, baby, won't you take a chance?
My God. Yeah, slaps.
He went and looked it up. And he said second release, first release, second release. They had to change the words in it.
Damn it, street stories. That's what Don Rickles kept saying. Who lost their gorilla? Pointing at that. That's hilarious. Who lost their gorilla? Holy shit, man.
So Kirschmeyer's got one here.
I'm not kidding, Bobby. That's truth. That's the truth.
The best way to end the Polish drinking party is flush the punch bowl.
Flush the punch bowl. Oh my God. Oh. What's the difference between a chain and cheeseburger? Oh my God, Bobby, stop it. That's funny. Hell, grapeseed oil is now known as canola oil. Grapeseed oil? He means grapeseed oil. No, it's canola oil. Puff the Magic Dragon. Kids' song about weed. Puff the Magic Dragon. You're right.
Yes.
Puff the Magic Dragon. Live by the sea. Yeah.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah.
That's and then Simon and Garfunkel came out with it too.
Now, do you think they wrote it as a kid's song though?
No.
It was just a song about, and it became a kid's song.
Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
By the sea, and followed in a land called Honolulu. I remember it.
Little Jackie Paper. Love that.
Love that Magic Puff.
Was Jackie Paper
wax and other fancy stuff?
Was the paper Jackie Paper supposed to be a rolling paper, or is that supposed to be the kid Jackie Paper?
Jackie Paper.
Come on. You know why Italian mothers are all so strong? From raising dumbbells all their lives.
Here we go.
Oh man.
William Kirschmeyer's got the words right here.
Little Johnny Paper, love that rascal puff. Thank you.
Right.
It's rascal puff. Yes. Little Johnny Paper, love that rascal puff. Tell me someone wasn't smoking weed when they made HR Puffin Stuff show on Saturdays in the 70s. I never saw HR Puffin Stuff.
Neither did I.
I have no idea what that is. No clue. Trail Dusty, sorry. I grew up to Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers neighborhood. No, what are you laughing about now, man? I sat and watched Mr. Rogers as a kid. He did the puppet things, and all that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name of Flash Gordon is what I grew up to. Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Ming the Merciless.
A lot of speculation about the lyrics here.
Slapsy Maxie's got it here. What do you call an Italian woman with a black eye? Nothing. You already told her.
That's why Jesus wasn't
Diane
born.
would love that one. Diane would love that one.
That's why Jesus wasn't born in Italy. They couldn't find 3 wise men and a virgin.
Ooh.
Well, I gotta be careful because seriously, Kino der Toten. Yes, it's happening. Yeah, I've seen HR Puffin stuff. I don't know. Who's your friend when things get tough? Witchy Poo. Okay, so look at the lyrics. Puff the Magic Dragon are based on a 1959 poem by Leonard Lipton. Then a 19-year-old Cornell University student, Lipton, was inspired by Ogden Nash poem titled Custard the Dragon, about a Trulio little pet dragon. The lyrics tell a story of an ageless dragon, Puff and his playmate, Jackie Paper, a little boy who grows up and moves on from imaginary adventures of childhood, leaving a disheartened Puff on his own. The story song takes place by the sea in the fictional land of Honolulu.
Right.
Lipton was friends with Yarrow's housemate when they were all students at Cornell. He used Yarrow's typewriter to get the poem out of his head. Then he forgot about it till years later. When a friend called him and told Yarrow was looking for him to give him credits for the lyrics, on making contact, Yarrow gave Lipton half the songwriting credit and still gets royalties from the song.
I think Peter, Paul, and Mary were the first to actually sing it.
Well, yeah, it was written.
1962.
Yarrow now sings the line, "A dragon lives forever, but not so little boys."
Right.
As "A dragon lives forever, but not so girls and boys." To be fair to boys and girls. Which you can't do that anymore.
No.
Get rid of those lyrics. The original poem had a stanza that was not incorporated into the song. In it, Puff found another child and played with him. Neither Yarrow nor Lipton remembers the verse in detail, and the paper left in Yarrow's typewriter in 1958 has since been lost.
Yes.
So there you have it. That's pretty damn interesting about the lyrics, huh?
Yes.
Wow. They lived by the sea. That was supposed to be cannabis. The sea. The word mist stood for smoke, and the land of Honolulu stood for hashish. And the dragon was interpreted as dragon, like taking a drag, inhaling smoke. The dragon, oh my God, come on. Similarly, the name Puff was alleged to be a reference to taking a puff on a joint, and this supposition was claimed to be common knowledge in a letter by a member of the public, to the New York Times in 1984. Newsweek said first in 1964 that the song contained veiled references to smoking marijuana. The word paper in the name Puff's human friend Jackie Paper was supposed to reference rolling papers by the sea, by cannabis. Who would sit and think and go, wow, that's what this is about? Maybe it is. I don't know. They said that they deny it, though, that they had any intended references for drug use.
Oh, of course they denied it.
They said they denied that Puff the Magic Dragon is not about drugs.
Big Mo, you'll have to tune in and watch it again. I don't know what you missed.
What have you missed, Big Mo? Well, I don't know. You have to go back and watch, but it's good to see you, Big Mo.
Yes.
Big Mo was out here recently. Came out and did the tour. I got to meet him. It was pretty cool meeting.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Show one of your, what do you got those for the tour?
I don't think
Come
I have
on,
any
folks, hit
influence
that
on this.
notification bell, like me. I need
All right,
all the help
all
I
right,
get.
we're having a good chat. We don't have to play one of those in the middle.
Okay.
Fine. I have a VFW brother who ground crewed AC-47s in Nam.
Yes.
Wow.
He
The
was
paper
part of
left in Yarrow's typewriter was used to roll a joint. That's
Probably.
funny. I'm sorry, that's a funny callback. Robert De Niro didn't accept the explanation and meet the parents.
Yes. About smoking weed. He asked the question on the lie detector.
That's right.
Have you ever smoked marijuana?
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. LSD.
Yes.
Really?
That was psychedelic, yeah.
Come on. Lucy in the Sky with...
That was
Okay.
LSD. That
Well,
was
did
LSD.
Lakeshore Drive have some kind of reference when they named it Lakeshore Drive?
I had a problem with that in Chicago because people were saying LSD, and I thought of Lakeshore Drive. I didn't know there was an LSD.
Ah.
What's the long name for it? Something acid, something. It's got a long name.
Well, I'm sure you could drum up some kind of reference and
I
everything.
got to tell you something, Trail Dusty. I've seen a lot of C-130s in Panama. Yeah.
Down in Panama years ago in the late 80s. You saw one go down?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. 90s.
They were a flying brick. The drop ratio was 1 to 3.
96 years.
For every foot they went forward, they went down 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I was in one time in Vegas. And we landed on this landing strip in Vegas, which is part of Puerto Rico. At any rate, the strip was terrible. They told us it was going to be a rough landing, but we landed on the strip. A lot of troops on it, troop carriers on the C-130. We landed there. After we landed there, it was all mud. It wasn't cement. And for lights, they had 55-gallon drums all the way down that they lit up with like oil in them or something.
Yeah.
And that was all we saw out the window. And I said, oh, shit, here it goes, right? So we landed. Afterwards, they rolled a tank up in the thing.
wow.
And we were taking off on muddy stuff. So the crew chief who measures, whether it can fly or not, he turned around and said, I'm not signing off on this. The co-pilot signed off on it, and I was making a sign of the cross. I said, here we go.
Oh my God.
It took forever for us to get off the ground.
This is coming from a guy who's been in not 1, 2, 3 plane crashes. And every one of them's on Friday the 13th.
Every commercial.
You couldn't lay odds on the chances of that happening. All right, so the AC-47 was called Puff the Magic Dragon. My grandfather flew 100 missions in that airplane alone. And
that was in Vietnam.
That they called the Puff the Magic Dragon because they flew over and they breathed fire over the battlefield via the guns getting mounted in the sides.
They were really rapid. It just went puff. It was electric. It was electric firing, and it cut down trees, everything. You could make a landing strip with it.
Wow. That's wild. William Kirchmayer flew in a C-130 twice, once in Kenya and later in Illinois and Wisconsin. They can land anywhere, anytime. Yeah,
they do.
Scott H. used to build the C-130s. We got some interesting people on this. Honest to God. You guys all have interesting stories.
You guys are like family.
We even have the girls in here today. Rhonda Moretti saying hi to Jacqueline.
Hi, Rhonda. Again, Rhonda was on the last show. She was on the Rednesday.
Yeah, she was. She was. Yeah, Robert's puffing on the dragon now. There you go. Well, have fun with that. I just seen it down in Panama. It didn't crash. Oh, okay. You saw it on the ground. I get it.
Right.
Got it. William Kirchmayer, the M134 miniguns could place around every square foot for an area of a football field.
And they had 2 of those. They had 2 of those on the 147s. They were 2 of them mounted on the bottom of it. And the whole plane was loaded up with ammunition.
Wow. That's wild, man.
When you saw Puff coming, you said, "Hallelujah!"
Man, I'll bet you air being on the ground in a war is that's got to be
correcting me here. Bill's correcting me here. He said there were 3 of them.
three.
Actually,
There were 3
right.
miniguns.
I thought there was 2, but you might be right. And here is the actual formula, or what they really call it.
Lysergic acid dithylamide.
Yeah, I never could say it. Thank you, Mike.
Lysergic acid dithylamide. Yeah. Can't say anything in Italian, but that sure. AC-47 had 3, yeah. So plus the AC-47 could linger on station for hours.
Yes, it could. It had a lot of gas, a lot of fuel.
Wow. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes Rick. Want a deep rabbit hole? Look up Giant of Kandahar, Timothy Alberino, or L.A. Marzulli. Okay, I have to look that one up. Thanks, Rick. Roy, an A-10 Thunderbolt on steroids. So,
yeah, it was.
Neither can Adam. Rick, I can't pronounce it. Neither can Adam.
The aftermath was called
Holy shit. Yeah. Man. I think they could. It would kick the plane sideways when they all fired. Really?
Yeah.
So
sometimes they'd have to yaw. They'd have to yaw.
Wow.
To point it where they're going. Not only that, they got to strafe. They got to get down.
So yeah, we got to aim.
They got to be on the right angle.
The guns didn't move.
No. They were fixed.
They're fixed, and you had to fly towards your target.
Yes.
Oh man.
But they were a killer, man. They chopped down more trees and made runways. They just made the runways.
Damn. Best airplane ever made. Over 300 still airworthy, and the prototype first flew in 1933.
That's correct.
No kidding.
And the original name was the Hercules. It was the Hercules.
Yeah.
Howard Hughes tried to make a Hercules back in that Spruce Goose.
Spruce Goose.
And this was all up, only it was made in metal.
100% wood. Are 134s electric? Don Chichiro.
Yes.
The gun, the 134 miniguns we're talking about?
Yes.
They're pilot aimed from a gun sight fixed to the left side window of the cockpit. Wow. Okay. That's, yeah. Yeah.
I never got in the cockpit. I was always at the back. Ready to jump down the ramp when it landed.
My mom just left a comment. I don't get that. Chill W dog.
I don't either.
I don't get it. W dog? No. I don't know.
Your mom's telling you to chill.
I don't know. Yeah. With the dog. Chill with the dog. Okay. The A-10 Thunderbolt ammunition shoots out the nose, and it smoke choked its own engine.
That's correct.
Ammo was modified to contain oxygen so that the engines didn't get choked. Come on, only Roy.
Yeah, because they were having problems with them dropping. The engines were starting to stall.
William Kirchmayer, the master of useless information.
Not exactly.
I think Royal just took the cake on that one right here. All right, how would you even know this? The ammo had oxygen. Now you're gonna have to explain this to me later. How does it? Does it even?
Well, the original stuff had the powder in it. They just added oxygen to it. I don't know what they modified it.
Royal knows it because his friend worked to develop the ammunition.
Here we go.
Okay.
Was modified DC-3, which was C-47 World War II.
Okay, the AC-47 was a modified DC-3.
No, it wasn't a DC-3 because they were bigger, a lot bigger.
The DC-3 is what Carol Lombard and her mother Elizabeth Peters were in when they crashed into the side of Mount Potosi out here in Nevada. They were finishing a World War II bonds rally, but it was
They called those tail hangers because the tail was on the ground. They had a tail on the ground. All the rest of the aircraft we're talking about had four wheels enough to keep it up, so you didn't have to be on the ground. The tail hangers are different, a lot different.
Honeywell developed the ammo, Roy said.
That's correct.
For the all right, the DC-3, the Douglas DC-3, Douglas. Yeah, this is exactly what she was in when her plane crashed.
It's a tail hanger.
It was a Boeing. It was a Douglas.
It goes like this. It lays down.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. I'm looking at a picture of it right now. Yeah, the tail's got one wheel on the back of it, and it sits on the and then there's the two big up front two propellers on it.
That's the first plane I ever flew on when I was 10 years old. It was on Lake Central Airlines in coming out of Chicago, going to Danville, Illinois. A DC-3.
Wow. Man, they made a ton of different ones. I mean, variants. The DST, the DSTA, the DC-3, the DC-3A, the DC-3B, DC-3C. I mean, DS, it just goes on and on.
Yeah. Cement
shoes. My dad worked for Honeywell before he worked for the government. DC-3 was correct, made by Douglas Aircraft outfit boss. William Kirchmayer, AC-130s are the Hercules. AC-47s were indeed Douglas, and DC-3.
That is correct. The Hercules was the 130s.
Yeah, big planes.
Very big. When you're sitting in that thing and they roll a tank in, and you've got two Jeeps in there already, and a tank rolls it. A tank. They roll a tank, and you start looking at each other saying, I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to get off.
Okay, yeah, tail dragger, William Kirchmayer. All right, street stories. A-10 fired depleted uranium bullets.
He's talking about the Warthog, A-10 Warthogs.
A-10 Warthogs, okay.
Right.
It's uranium bullets, why? Depleted uranium.
Titanium, not uranium, titanium.
Titanium's a heavy, strong. I mean, that's to go bust through stuff, huh? Bunkers and that kind of thing.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I guess that'd be the metal you'd want to shoot, isn't it? You wouldn't want lead. You'd want something.
It tore apart walls.
Jeez.
It take a wall down, a concrete wall.
Red. No density. No uranium. Density. Royal saying it was uranium.
Okay.
Red. You ever been in a C5 Galaxy? You ever been in a C5 Galaxy?
No, I haven't.
No. That may be a C5. Hold on, Galaxy Red. That's a big mofo. The C5.
Yeah, it
is. Scott retired from Lockheed Martin in Georgia, where they built the C-130, C5, and F-22. He worked in all three programs and much, much more. True piece of armor. Depleted uranium. It's depleted uranium. That's everybody's saying. Depleted uranium.
Greg Bradshaw just said it right here.
Anti-tank round. That's it. Yeah, to get through armor piercing. Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. It must is. I didn't see it.
The A-10 was a machine gun with a bulletproof around it. That's about it.
It was a machine gun with a plane built around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what Royal told me once too. That the plane was built. They literally built it around the gun. Yeah. It's like the crazier.
Lots of ammunition.
Lead, Scott H said. Yes. Makes sense to me. I mean, you want to bust through metal, you're going to need something, a stronger piece of metal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Elmar, Red, did you ever fly in a C-119 or C-123? No, I did not. Never.
I think I've only flown in 737s. I swear that's all I've ever flown in.
That's my favorite plane to fly in.
737.
And the reason it's my favorite plane to fly in is because Northwest Airlines only has 737s. Now, any other airlines, they have the Airbus, they have the 727s, and the pilots have to be qualified for each plane. Well, they use for the 727s, there are only so many pilots. For the Airbus, there's so many pilots. Whereas if you go on Northwest Airlines, there's all pilots fly 737s. They're all qualified. So they never run out of pilots because you can only put so many hours on.
My mom went to visit her brother in Okinawa when she was growing up. It was right before she married my dad. But she went to go see in '66, and she got on a C-130. She said it's big. She said it's really
is. Like I said, we were all in there. There was maybe 300 of us in there, and there was a couple Jeeps in there, and they started rolling up a tank on the back, and I said, "Oh no, oh no."
Jeez, they really built the plane around the gun.
Yes,
that's what I heard. Yeah,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
So, exactly. A Navy practice bombing range in Nevada. Depleted uranium is the densest choice. Joseph Brennan Jr.
You know, so I'm going to make a comment about Outfit Boss here. He flew in a 747. I thought the 747 was the tits, man. I thought it was really the bird. But then again, I flew on the 777, the 777.
Mm-hmm.
I was flying out of Chicago. It went to Miami, and then it went to Peru. When that thing took off, I was standing up, walking around, never felt it take off the ground at O'Hare Airport. Never felt it take off. Nobody ever told me to fasten my seatbelt or anything. I look outside, and all of a sudden, I'm 5,000-6,000 feet up in the air. The best plane I ever flew on. Really, very comfortable. 777.
Street stories. General Electric GAU Avenger, a 30-millimeter Gatling gun. It was electric.
That's correct.
And Joseph Brennan, General Electric minigun, 3,000 rounds a minute.
Yes.
3,000 rounds a minute?
A minute.
A minute? 3,000 rounds a minute?
Can you imagine having 3 of those? You just cut the trees down. That's all.
Oh. I'm sorry. I gotta look this up. Whoops.
Okay, while you're looking that up, Bill Kirschmeyer will have to go back in time for a B-17, the Flying Fortress.
Before you tip over.
Yeah, you'd have to go back in time. I don't know where they have any that fly.
That's 50 shots, 50 rounds per second.
Right.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. When that thing went off, you went like, ay, ay, ay. If you're on the ground, it was great.
What did that sound like when that opened fire? That's got to be like.
That was it. Blit.
That's all it needed, right? Guns make
that blit lasted longer than blit. It lasted like blit.
I can't imagine. My grandfather flew B-52 since 58 till he retired in 73, Outfit Boss said. But Scott H., the guns make mincemeat out of entire squadrons of enemies. Gee.
They do.
I just that sounds like a garbage disposal, man. Just rips everything up, huh?
Okay, here's the answer right here.
Burp gun.
Burp gun, it's called.
That's what you're saying.
It's a blip gun. It's a blip gun, not a burp gun.
Oh,
come on, give me a break. A burp gun's a Thompson submachine gun. Burp, 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 burp. Different amount of cyclic rate.
Street stories on an A-10. It's the loudest wet fart you've ever heard.
Those Warthogs, they were good planes, man.
Oh. You know, even if you go to the air shows, you don't get to see them fire the guns. You do do that.
No.
You don't get to see that. You got to actually, the only way to see that is to be there where they're using it.
They do have it on ranges, on firing ranges in California.
They got to practice somehow, right?
Yeah, they practice on ranges.
Oh, I'd love to go see that. That'd be neat. He's right. 3,000 rounds a minute, 50 bullets a second. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, the A-10 sounds like a burp. It's street stories, LOL. It's funny. Loudest wet fart you've ever heard. Adam, there's great videos of this AC-130 on YouTube. That's what I'm going to be doing later today. Kino Deer Toten, and then looking up AC-130 videos. I believe it's 2 tons of uranium projectiles. In 1 minute, it shoots 2 tons of project. That's friggin' amazing. Like,
yeah, you see the plane lift up as it's going because the weight of the plane is going up.
Roy said 60 seconds, although I believe they only have 45 seconds worth of ammo aboard.
No, it was longer than that. It was longer than that because I watched them shoot for maybe 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on, Red.
Okay, holding. Adam's taking a break. I'm here, folks. Hi, advanced Scott. They have highly advanced night vision
Red,
when they fly all their missions. The enemy doesn't even know they're there. That's true.
Highly advanced night vision. Oh.
Red, what was the 300 Win Mag used for? I still use it for hunting elk. I used mine for hunting, not elk, but deer. That Win Mag is a nice weapon. It kicks like a mule ball.
William Kirchmayer, Adam, go over to Battlefield Vegas and pop some caps in full auto. We've done
there
that.
You go.
Oh, we've done that. We've gone to the gun shop. We've gone to a couple of different places to, to go do that. You know what they have out here though is gunship helicopters. Scott H, when are we going to go do that?
That's crazy.
Gunship helicopters, man.
That's got to be an M60 on the side.
Yeah, I think it is. Here,
M60 is a great weapon.
Let's see.
It's on a tripod.
The door gunner, you get to shoot an M249, and then you get the fully loaded package, which is 1100. You get 2 machine guns. You get the M41A and the MP5, and then you get to shoot the infamous M82A1 sniper.
The MP5 is nothing. I shot MP5s all the time. They're nothing. As a matter of fact, the ATF uses MP5s when they go around to make raids. It's a police weapon.
Well, you get to shoot an M249 saw. You get 200 rounds. You get to shoot.
That's the saw. That's the saw. That's electric too.
That's not the one with the buck.
Yeah, like in Predator. Like in Predator.
Yeah, that's electric.
Yeah. It's got a little battery in the bottom.
Oh, I did not know that.
Even when it's out of ammunition, if you hold the trigger back, you can hear it going.
Oh, he's still trying to. Okay, you get to shoot a Humvee minigun, which does 6,000 rounds a minute, but you get 200 rounds, so that gives you, I don't know, 2 seconds worth of shooting.
That's about it.
M2HB, a 50 caliber, you get to shoot 25 rounds of that. And then you get the APC drive, the M113 APC drive. Well, I don't know. That seems expensive, man, for $4,500.
You know what you say after it's over, after you shoot it? I paid how much for less than 5 minutes?
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy.
I just put $400 for 5 minutes worth of excitement, but I could say I did it.
The A10, they have tanks that fire too, Adam and Red. Yeah, they do. They have tanks you can shoot from, all of that. Slaps, you can print an M5 auto with a printer these days. Really?
He's talking about the 3D printers.
Oh, gotcha. They just extended the A10 life. Too valuable, but they're upgrading the engine. They're upgrading the engines and electronics in the A10.
The A10 Warthog. The A10 Warthog.
Yeah, not Puff the Magic Dragon, but the other one.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting. Pretty damn wild. So,
yes.
Well, we started to talk about the Skim, and we stayed on that for about 10 seconds, and then
another rabbit hole.
we went on this rabbit. Everybody seemed to be interested. So now
everybody loves ammo. The guns and ammo.
You got to do tonight.
Guns and ammo show.
You got to change the damn thumbnail to a picture of an airplane. We'll put that warthog up there or something for it. It's all we talked about, man. Unbelievable.
I'll close it by saying this. What I want to know is what happened to the 600 million plus that they didn't get caught for. Maybe they got caught for 2 million. They had the trial.
Yep.
But what happened to the 600 million plus that they didn't get caught with?
Yeah. Isn't that something?
It's probably at your Burger King right now. They built Burger King franchises with it. Popeye's chickens with it. They put it in legitimate businesses.
All right, Red. I will see you next week. We're going to have Diane on.
I'll see all you folks next week.
We're going to
I
have
hope.
Diane on. Diane Hansen.
Monday, I'm going to have Diane Monday on my show, and then she's going to be on your show and the After Party show.
That's right. So we're going to have
So we're
Diane.
going to get our
Whole week worth of Diane Hansen. Bring your questions, man. Get ready, because it's coming. All right, Red. I'll see you next week, buddy.
Okay. God
A
bless
combination
y'all.
of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.